Hey everybody, welcome back. I want to let you know today about some new ultralight cook gear that I got in from Bestargot. Alright everybody, welcome back. So today I want to let you know about some new stuff that I got in to lighten the load in one of my bags that I have. One of my go bags. Now I explain my go bags as short-term emergency evacuation bags. They're not something I would strap on my back to disappear into the woods for the rest of my life. They're not an I'm never coming home kit. I have a kit for that stuff, and it's in Rubbermaid tubs and would take me about a half an hour to load into the car. Half an hour to 15 minutes depending on what's going on. So that's a whole different story. This is more for, a short-term emergency, maybe getting called out with CERT, maybe getting called out with our Aries ham radio group, and I want to have something to cook with, and that's what my bug out bags are for. So today we're taking a look at the stuff that I got in from Bestargot. I got the titanium camp pot here. This is a 750 milliliter pot, and we'll get into all the details on it in a sec, and some cutlery as well. I want to try both of these because I like the fold-up design, but I want to make sure that I couldn't find a use for this too, and I think I'll actually end up using both, but for different bags. So let's get into the cookware first, and I'll show you all about that titanium pot. Now, if you've been into prepping and survival for a while, you remember when titanium gear was like ridiculously expensive. To be honest with you, I remember a time where something like that would have cost $100 easily, at least $80 or $90. This is actually selling for $34.99, so it's $35. So I think it's a good deal. I've used other Bestargot gear. I have their coffee press, which is essentially the same size as this, but I wanted a completely separate kit for what I'm doing. One of the neat things about this, if you've used titanium before, is you know how quickly it cools off, which is good in some respects. If you're kind of cooking on the go and you want to be light and fast and cook, make your food, and get out of there, move to the next location, that's really handy because that will cool off quick enough for you to take it, put it in your bag, and get out of there. However, if you're eating in it, that kind of stinks because it gets cold quick and then your food gets cold quick. So another neat point that sold me on this was this here. This little camp koozie thing that this will nest into and keep it warm. So that's kind of cool, and we're actually going to test that out today. Later on in the video, you can zip it up here. So let me give you a little bit of information on the cup itself. Now the cool thing about titanium is it leaves no rust, no metallic taste. It just keeps the natural flavors of whatever you're cooking in there, so you don't have to worry about it rusting. Very easy to clean, basically some cold water, you wipe it out. The surface is very smooth, so nothing's going to stick to it. Even when you burn stuff in it, it's easy to wipe out. It's fairly easy to clean. It's not completely non-stick, but it works pretty well. Now the weight on this is 4.7 ounces or 132 grams. The capacity is 25.3 ounces or 750 milliliter. It's definitely more durable and lighter than other cups that I've seen in this size. It's definitely, you can feel it. You can't squeeze this thing. You can't, it's built like a tank, yet it's super, super light. Now the size on this is 3.94 inches or 100 millimeters. The diameter is 4.33 inches or 110 millimeter. You have your handles on the side here, okay? And you can fold those out and put that down and use it like a mug. Or you can hang this with a baling wire over a fire very, very easily. So it's definitely well made. These are definitely well attached. I don't see any kind of issues there. I'll give you a quick look here. You have graduation marks in ounces and milliliters that are readable from the inside, of course. The outside looks a little confusing. And that's about it. There's your logo on it. So I have become very fascinated with titanium for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's so much lighter than everything else. Just to be able to toss that in your bag at, 11, not even 11 ounces, 4.7 ounces, is pretty darn impressive. The fact that it's extremely strong, very heat resistant, you're not going to burn it or mess it up. It's just a really cool thing, and I really like the idea of having something super lightweight with foldable handles on it to save some space. It's just a neat idea, and I really do like the fact that it's so light. When you're carrying an older cook kit, you'd be amazed if you switch stuff out. When I switched this first bag out, how much you lose in weight from that pack when you start switching stuff out for titanium. Now, titanium does have its downfall as well. It will stick a little bit more than some properly seasoned stainless steel pots. And it also does get cold very quick. So that's one of the reasons for this. So if you want to have a nice hot cup of coffee in this, it's going to get cold quicker than, say, in a stainless steel mug. So that's really the only downside I have with it. All in all, it really is a neat system. Now, let's get into something that I know everybody's thinking, the diameter of this. All right? The diameter of the pot is 10 centimeters or 3.9 inches. So if you're looking to fit things in there for a kit, it'll definitely fit stuff in there. It won't fit the larger isobutane cans, but it will fit the smaller ones. And here's something really cool. Fits your Nalgene bottle in there perfectly. So if you got a little kit that you want to put together, this is a very, very good start. I'll show you how I do the little cozy there. We'll fold this all together, put it in here to the bottom, and just zip it up. Now one of the biggest complaints I saw online, and I still bought it anyway, was the fact that this lid doesn't snap in place. Well, it's not supposed to. There's nowhere in the description that says this is supposed to snap in place. So yes, the lid will rattle around a little bit. You can always stick it on the bottom of your stuff sack here if you want to put stuff in it. You do this. And this is a very nice little sack that it comes with. Put it in there. Put your Nalgene bottle here. And just zip it up, and there you go. You're all set to go. So I don't really worry about that all that much. So that's the 750 milliliter titanium pot. Now we're going to look into the cutlery set. Now there are tons of cutlery sets out there in titanium. I even have one of these that has one of the other channel's logos on it. It's the exact same thing. This knife is a little more aggressive on it, but pretty much it's the same thing. So there is a lot to choose from out there. I really bought this because I like Bestargot's gear, and I've never had any problems with their stuff in the past. So once I had a little extra money to upgrade another bag, that's what I did. So this is a 2-pack. It comes in this nice little kind of velvet sack there. You can really choose what you want. It's kind of a pick and choose kind of thing. I'm probably just going to be using this, and I'll show you how this works in a second. However, this is really cool. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. And I have used the other one that I told you I got from another channel, and it's been perfectly fine. So I'm probably going to be using this one for it, but it came as a set, so I figured, hey, that's pretty cool. The set altogether is $15.99. Again, I remember a time where, you know, this would be $40, so I'm not complaining. You've got a 3-in-1 spork knife combination. That's this guy here. 16.5 by 3.5 centimeters. And your foldable spork, which is 15.1 by 3.7 centimeters. The spork will give you the functionality of a spoon and fork, of course. And these will really meet most of your needs while camping, backpacking, whatever. And they're also extremely easy to clean. There's no big deal. You just wet these down, wipe them off. They're nice and smooth. Nothing's going to stick to them. Let me show you this little guy here. This is kind of interesting. If you notice the back, you're going to flip that open, stick it like that, and there you go. So this kind of has a little bit more functionality to me because it's so small. And I like the fact that it's very convenient and foldable, and you can just pack it away like that. It can even fit inside your pot. So that's really cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to test both these things. And I am going to take a heat test of the food in here as well to see how well this little koozie here, that little insulation bag, works. So we're going to try it out. So let me set up my stove, get us a freeze-dried entree out here to try out, and we'll try out both things at the same time. All right, since it's morning, I got my breakfast skillet set up back there, ready to go. Got a little isobutane stove and the pot here. The recipe calls for 10 ounces or 1 1/4 cup of water. So we're just going to put that in there. Pour it in. And I always go a little bit light again with Mountain House entrees. Just a little side note. You can go a little light on the water. They tend to overestimate their water, and then you'll get like soupy eggs and stuff like that. So I always go a little bit light on the water when it comes to that. So we're going to light the stove here. Let me get that out of the way quickly. Light it up. There we go. And I'm going to pop it on there. Cover it up. And I'll bring you back when that's boiling and we're ready to heat up the meal. Once that water's in there and sits for a while, we're going to put the food back in here in that little insulation bag. And we're going to check the temperature as I eat it and as it goes on. All right, got boiling water going on there. I'm going to turn that off. There we go. Pick this up. Get that out of the way here. There we go. Just kind of gently pour it in there. Now I can see where I would want both items here, because this will reach down into the bag, whereas this isn't as long when extended. So we'll give it a use. We'll try it out. So you can get into the corners. I do like the way they've redesigned the Mountain House pouches. They seem to be a little bit on the shorter and wider side, so they sit lower, and you got the corners which are gusseted, so you can get in there and get all the stuff out of there and mix it up good. So we're going to seal that up, wait about 10 minutes or so, come back, put it in here, and give it a try and see if it stays warm while I'm eating it. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. We've stirred it up a few times. It looks like it's ready to go. We're going to put it in here and get the last of it out of there, and that's cool too, because a whole meal will fit right in there. Let's get a quick temperature reading off it. 142 degrees. Okay. And we'll put it in here, and I will eat it and see how it goes. So it's been about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. And I didn't eat anything yet. I mean, I took a bite of it, but that was it. Still 142 degrees. Pretty cool. So, I mean, yeah, you may want to cover it in between, you know, eating. I'm going to try this spoon now. I haven't tried this one yet. I tried the other one. Like it. Yeah. The spork works well. Pretty sure this one, of course, will, seeing that it's a rather aggressive spork. So, yeah. Keeping it warm. Another thing you can do, too, stir it around a little bit and let it sit. And we'll see. Give it a few more minutes and bring you back and show you how, if it's hot or not. And then we'll finish up the video, and I'll give you the link somewhere to pick this up. Alright, so we let 10 minutes go by. I covered it up. Want to see if it's still holding its temperature. It's still steamy in there. Yeah, 133. It's gone down a little bit. Let's stir it up a little bit. See if it's still, yeah, 142 at the bottom. So, it obviously definitely helps a little. It also helps if you just use the pot to cook in. You know, this kind of gives you a little bit of a barrier between there. And seems to work pretty well. And the silverware, the cook kit and the silverware are both pretty awesome. So, all in all, very happy with the two purchases I made. Definitely going to be finishing that for breakfast and putting this away. This does have a little hook here too, so you can kind of hook that on like a mug, like a coffee mug. Kind of thought that was neat. So all in all, it's a great little pot, great little system all together. Like I said, I like this one a little bit better, but the thing is with this is it's a whole lot lighter. I mean, I can just fold that up, snap that there, and I'm ready to go. Don't mind, I was painting my scooter trunk in between video. That's why my hands are all black. I just raced to wash them off while I was letting that cool. So all in all, good deal. Yeah, very, very pleased with it. Seems to do exactly what it says it does. It keeps it nice and warm in there. If you got a cup of coffee that you want to keep warm, it'll still be nice and tasty when you get to it, even 10 minutes, 20 minutes later. So that is the titanium 750 milliliter pot and the titanium cutlery set from Bestargot. Like I said, the pot runs about $34.99. The cutlery set is $15.99, so $35 and $16 all together for a super ultra lightweight kit for your bug out bags and your gear. Even for emergency cooking at home, you know, titanium is really hard to beat. It's so lightweight and easy to use, and easy to clean up from too. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. I will have the links for the pot and the silverware down below there. And I will also have my links for my Amazon affiliate store. The links for the silverware and the pot will go directly to them in my store, so you don't have to hunt around. But if you want to check out other products, my store is down there. My freeze-dried wholesalers link is down there below as well. If you're interested in getting some really diverse freeze-dried food, I mean, they have everything there, from freeze-dried cheesecake to freeze-dried filet mignon. Check out Freeze Dried Wholesalers. Click my link, you'll save 15%. And don't forget to check out my Patriot Supply link down below. That's preparewithiridium.com, preparewithiridium.com, and our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store as well. Any kind of food you want to get stocked on, now's the time to get stocked up. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.